Hi, everybody. I'm Joey. Welcome to Create with Joey. Today, we are going to make a really cute fun fold card, and it looks complicated, but it's not. It's really easy. So, thanks for being here with me, whether you're watching live or replay. I really appreciate your time, spending time with me today. Your likes, your comments, your thumbs up, all are wonderful to get. And I thank you for supporting me and being part of my crafty community. So I'm going to I have to look over here to see, I have to click on the comments. Hi, Carla, good. You're here on time. Have fun. It's so fun to have you. Hi, Georgia. All right, so I'm live in at least, it looks like YouTube. So let me know where you're watching from. I always worry a little about Facebook because it's a little glitchy. But I should be live both on Facebook and YouTube. Obviously, if you're watching later, then today is August 5th, I think. 6th. What is it? I can't see because I don't have my glasses on because they glare so badly. But we are live, and if you are watching a recording, just know that it is a replay of a live video. So I still hope you'll comment. Let me know what you're thinking. Let me know what you're crafting. I'd love to know what you're working on as well. All right, so I'm seeing lots of you pop on. That's exciting. Liz is here. Oh, fun. Jamie made it today live. It's so fun to see you. Before I forget, I will check more of your comments in a moment, but there's so much going on, you guys. There's so much, and it's really exciting. For demonstrators, we got to order from the holiday. Well, they call it the September through December mini catalog. We call it the holiday catalog because it has all the Christmas things, the fall holidays. It doesn't have Halloween. So if you're interested in more Halloween, that's all in the online exclusive, and that's available now. In fact, I'm working on my class with a fellow demonstrator. We've got our class just about done of our Halloween cards and treats. So if you're not on my email list, make sure you sign up for my email list because that's where I send everything and keep my newsletters up to date. Also, today's project, I'm going to send a project sheet to my newsletter subscribers on Sunday. So if you would like to get the project sheet, I am going to go over the dimensions of it with you today on the video so you have it on video. But if you want the actual PDF that you can print, then just make sure you're signed up for my newsletter. Anyway, I did a rabbit trail there. What's going on are several things. We got to pre-order yesterday, and I let myself go to the dark side. I was going to order just a couple things for the classes I have immediately coming up, and then that didn't work. I just bought a whole bunch of stuff because it's pretty and it's going to be fun, and that's why I'm a demonstrator. So if you need all the things too, I would love to invite you to join my team. You can pre-order now. You can even put everything in your starter kit on a pre-order. It's a $125 product that you get for just $99 plus tax, no shipping on that. And if you're interested, let me know. You can message me. I can always send you the details. If you'd like to take advantage of that. And then you can be a happy shopper for at least 3 months at a 20% discount. Okay, so there's that. And then secondly, Stampin' Up! Has a new sale where they have put on all the in-color products that are in 2025 through 2027, the newest group of in-colors. Everything that has those in colors in them is on sale at 15% off. It is a great deal, and things are actually starting to sell out. I think the in color pearls sold out. These are current products, so they'll come back in, but don't miss it. I didn't shop soon enough for some of the things I wanted to stock up on, but there's still time because it is all of August, but things are flying off the shelves fast. So if you're interested in that, make sure you take advantage of it. Then secondly, they updated the clearance rack. I don't know whether I wasn't paying, not clearance rack. We don't call it that anymore. We call it last chance. So I don't know whether I wasn't paying attention or they didn't announcement. They just popped it on the sale and then sent us a note that said it was on sale. But there are some things that are as much as 70% off, you guys. Some really, really good things to take a look at. So I did put those links in my video description. So if you're interested in those things, you can just shop directly from my video below. If it showed up on Facebook, which I'm not seeing yet, if anybody said they're watching on Facebook, looks like most everybody that I'm seeing that's commenting is on YouTube. But on YouTube, it's for sure in the video description. So you can find my links there. Okay, I'm going to check your comments quick. I'm going to put my glasses on. Oh, it's not quite as glary today, so that's good. Carla says, my jar of joy and sweet jar arrived last weekend. Yay! Carla, you're trying to hold back. Yeah, I did too. That lasted all of about 10 minutes when I was ordering. Georgia, I put one sweet and a bundle on my cart. I haven't hit send yet. Georgia, you are amazing. I do not have that willpower. At least I didn't yesterday. I even texted my husband and I said, well, I kind of let myself go to the dark side on my pre-order. And he said, do I have to get a second job? And I said, well, it's probably not a bad idea. He's used to it. After 20-some years, he knows this happens. Pam, hi Pam, you're watching on YouTube from Missouri. Welcome, so nice to see you. Liz checked and she said Facebook is working, or at least that's where she's watching from. And Peg is here. Awesome. It's time to get started stamping. So I'm going to pull up my screen here and give you one more blurb about an upcoming event. Let me switch. So since we're talking about today we're doing the sweet jar bundle. So we're doing a card, and it's hard to see the punch, isn't it? Maybe it's easier to see that way. So it punches out the jar and the lid. So you'll see that. We're gonna do that today. But this was my August Stamp-A-Stack as well, and it's still available. So if you're interested in it, you can still get in on that. And for this one, I used a coordinating stamp set called the Jar of Joy. And there's all these sweet Christmas greetings and images and all of that coordinates again with the jar punch. So, and these all fit in the jar, which is so cute. Anyway, you get, with my Stamp-A-Stack, you get 12, you get supplies for 12 cards and envelopes. You get a pack of these gems, and these just went on sale. These went on the last chance list. Now I have a stack of these, so I should have enough for my classes. If I don't, I always substitute with something of equal value that's just as pretty, but that's what I use for my cards. You'll also get a pack of the gold and silver trim. That also went on sale yesterday on the clearance rack. Was it just yesterday? Yes, yesterday. I keep calling it clearance rack. It isn't that. And then I have a pack of the Nests of Winter Designer Series paper. It comes in 6x12, and you'll get a whole half a pack of 6x12. These are just my sample sheets. I'm not going to go into all the details here because I did put a video both in my email, and it's up on YouTube if you want to see all the details of that class. But I just wanted to give it another plug. I still have room in it. You still have time to register for that class. Alrighty, so, or if you want the direct link, you can always message me as well too, and I'll see that you get it. The last RSVP for that is going to be August 13th, and the kits will ship approximately August 22nd. It is I should have given prices, is $59 for porch pickup or $69 if you need it shipped. You can add the Jar of Joy or the Sweet Jar bundle to your order so that you have everything to craft with, and I'll send it right to with your kit. Okay, all right. Now let's get to what we're doing today. Oh, one more thing, you guys. Oh my gosh, I almost forget. So I just want to let you know everything, all the products that have any in color, the newest in colors in them, including this washi tape. So I did look through a lot of the things that were on sale, and so many things that I didn't really think about being on sale. There's designer series papers, a lot of things that you might not think about other than just the ink pads, the ink refills, the markers, everything that's in those in colors. There's a lot of other products too. So including this paper is the, oh gosh, what is this called? Celebratory Sips, I think, paper. And I got this out. I was working on a project that I was going to show with this washi tape, and it kept going out of stock, so I never did even, I don't think I even ever did this for Facebook Live. I did it for a swap with other demonstrators, and here it is in gold. This one's in gold, and I used that washi tape. And this designer paper, we're not using it today, but it is the, oh gosh, I had it out because I made a card with it. Hang on, I'm going to grab, let's see if I have it out. Oh, I think I put it away. I'm not going to take the time with it now to tell you, but just go on and look. Check that link out that I have in my video description that just says shop the in colors here, the in color sale. Anyway, this has not stayed in stock for more than a few days every time it gets in. And the last I looked, I think was yesterday. I didn't look this morning. It was still in. All right, let's get on with what we're making today. Look how cute this is. So this, look at that. And here's what it looks like from the top. Now you can use, I did use the current in color paper just to remind you that that's on sale as well. But you could use any paper you have. You just need a circle die or two circle dies, one bigger and one smaller. I use the biggest one on the, in the stylish shapes. Dies. So this actually is super easy. The most challenging thing is getting your cardstock glued, getting it glued in the right places, the right places to put your adhesive. I'm not speaking very well. This is a piece of Secret C, 5.5 by 8.5, and I scored it at 4 1/4. This is a piece of white, and I gave you the dimensions here, so you can take a screenshot if you want to. It's 5 1/4 by 8, and then you're going to score at 2 1/2, 4 1/2, and 6, right? So you're going to score the long side like so. Okay, this part is the part that does all the magic, so you have to make sure you've got those measurements right. Then we are going to get out I've got everything marked, so I'm hoping that will help you. If you're not on my email list, you should, because you'll get all this in a PDF tutorial where you can just print it and you're set to go. It's got all the photos and everything. But for now, if you want to hurry and make this project, these are what we've got going for the bits today. So this is a piece of designer series paper, strawberry slush, 2 by 4, and then same paper, actually just the back side of it, 3 by 4. So super easy measurements for that. Now on the inside, we're going to have 2 other strips of designer series paper. I'll get our circles out of the way. 1 3/4 by 5. And 1 1/4 by 5. So actually, if you want to take a screenshot of that quick, you've got all the measurements you need for the bits for this card. Okay? All right, let's get it made, and I'll show you how to make it. And as I said, you could use any stamp set. We are using the Sweet Jar stamp set today. I have not used this stamp set in a video. I don't think I have. I've had it. It was one of the first things I bought from the annual catalog. Or is it annual catalog? I think this is an online exclusive. Probably should know that. But again, in my PDF that I'm sending to my newsletter subscribers, and it's going to everybody, I'll have the supply list so you can, let's see, what do we want to do first? We don't want to do this first. Let me think. Okay, we want to do the front first. The complete supply list is also in my PDF so that you can see everything that I use in case you want to use the same thing. But again, you could use any supplies you have at home as long as you've got some circle dies. You can make this work. Okay, now we're going to use, let's go ahead. We're just going to actually glue these down like this. Let me get rid of these. We don't need those anymore. And we're just going to glue these down, and I am going to use glue for these. You'll find that glue is a good adhesive to use for this project. I'm going to put this one on top, so I'm just going to get, and the reason is because, well, there's a lot of moving parts. I shouldn't say a lot of moving parts, but there are. I'm not going to glue that too. I want to make sure I kind of have equal margin. So about 1/4 of an inch. No, that's not right, Joey. 1/8 of an inch. There we go. And then down here, the same. And then you kind of have equal margins. What am I trying to say? Boundaries. That's not right. The mat itself is about 1/8 of an inch bigger. And then we're just going to leave about 1/8 of an inch between the two as well. So I'm going to come down here and glue this one down. Okay, so this is what we've got so far. Just a normal opening like that. Now, we need to cut a circle out. So I'm going to get my die cutting machine. Now, the only dies I use for this card are this largest one of the stylish shapes and this next largest one. Actually, I did end up using this narrow die for the greeting too. I'll show you that when we get to it, but for right now, we're just going to get out our die cut, Big Shot die cutting machine. Oops, sorry, didn't mean to bump the camera. And I had it really good today. It just kind of ended up in the right place. Sorry. Okay, now, no, we need to cut this. I was going to say, I already cut my circle, but I didn't cut this because I need you to see how to do it. So, I'm going to lay this here. I'm going to try and stay in the camera. I'm going to get this out here like so. And let's grab the largest one. So, you want the largest one for this. Of your 2 circle dies, whatever size you're going to use, you need your largest one first. And I'm just going to kind of have equal margins again from the top and the sides. Kind of like so. Now, you don't have to do this step, but when I really, really don't want something to move and it will mess it up if it moves, I use this Post-it tape. So I'm going to grab that and we're going to adhere this down so it doesn't move. Okay, now we just need our top plate. Put this on and everything should be good to just run it through. Okay, now I'm just gonna, it's a little bit tight. Just know that when your die cutting machine is tight like that, it has to be tight to cut it. But if you're trying to push it through and it just will not go, stop forcing it and check your sandwich and make sure you have it right. There have been times I have had one too many plates underneath it, but I do know that I need to. If that happens, just stop, double check it. Sometimes on the 3D embossing folders, it feels like it's too tight. So again, just check that so you know for sure. So this is what we have now. You can keep this and use that on another card. That'll be cute, just like it is on another card on the front of one. But we're not using it on this card. Alrighty, now let's go ahead and actually fold this one. Now, let's hope I get this right. So this one, the way it's going to fold is, this is going to, am I right about that? I got to double check this. Yes. But this is going to fold like a card like this one, this first fold. And this is the, what is this, 2 2.5 inch fold right here. Okay, that's a 2.5 one, so I'm folding that like a mountain. Then I'm just going to fold, is that right? Hey, don't look for a minute. Let me check my, I'm getting confused and I don't want to confuse you. Don't look for a second. I'm going to fold this off camera so I don't screw you up. Okay, we got this like this. There we go. That's right. I was right. I was just afraid to get you mixed up. I made this card a long time ago. Not this one, but one like it a long time ago. And I haven't used this fun fold for a long time, so I just want to make sure I don't mess you up. So we're not going to fold this last one, and I'll show you why in a minute. So we've got this so far. Okay. Now, this is the inside, obviously. We'll wait, hold off on that for a moment. We're going to do some stamping. So I'm going to grab my Secret Sea ink pen. And let's go ahead and I've got this cute little saying. Look, I didn't really realize this until I started playing with this stamp set. This little message, so it's sending a little, and then there's an opening, blank, your way. And then you can put in all kinds of greetings. In the middle of that, I'm going to grab my strawberry slush. So you can put in there, sending a little luck your way, even sending a little party, sending a little sweetness, or sending a little love. We're going to put sweetness on it today. It's actually a very versatile stamp set. You can use this stamp set all year long. We're making a birthday card, but there's hearts, there's candles, and I'm actually not using the candles even though we're making a birthday card. Whoops, that's the birthday greeting. We want sweetness. So the candles are super cute. I just had the idea in mind for this card with the hearts, so I'm using the hearts for a birthday card, but you can do the candles for sure. Let me go ahead and stamp right in the middle there, sending a little sweetness. I'm going to clean my stamp. And then, what's kind of fun, well, there's a lot of fun things about this stamp set, but there are several heart stamps. So, and there's two small ones. So we're going to actually use, one has a group of 3 and one has a group of 2. So I'm going to go ahead and stamp those cute little hearts there. Then that's our group of 3, and then we're just going to come back in here with our group of 2. Isn't that cute? So cute. Now we're going to close this so we don't have a catastrophe getting ink where we don't want it, and then we're going to go ahead and put on our DSP. So let's go ahead, and so these are where these panels fit. Let's see, this one I'm going to make like this, and this one I'm going to make like this. Okay, now you might be saying, well, why didn't you use the strawberry slush since you have that on the front? Well, I definitely could have. I'm going to pull out my, I don't know why, I've got to, well, I do know why. I've got a habit of pulling out my silicone mat for gluing. Now this just fits in here with, again, about of 1/8 of an inch between the score lines, to the score line on each side, and then so you can see that this is going to be like this, and then we're going to put this one here with flowers. I don't think there's really an up or down for these flowers, but it seems like these flowers kind of go up, so I'm going to try that way, but I don't think you can do it wrong. Okay, so there we've got that. All right, so it's easier to do all this part first so that when we get to the putting the card together, it's all good. Now I'm going to fold this part back. Okay, so that's the one we didn't bend yet. I'm going to go ahead and crease that. But what we started with was this, and then this from the top. Now, this is kind of important. Let's see if I can even get it right. We're going to fold this back like so. Can you see that? Fold it back. Okay. Now this is going to go like this. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to use the glue, thinking that pause was like the wheels turning. What kind of turning? Trying to turn. Let's get that far. All right, let's go ahead and glue this down. Now this is, again, going to go with about 1/8 of an inch all the way around, like so. So this is glued in like this. So this is what we have so far. Okay. Now for this, so you're going to close it like this for now, and then we're going to, what we want is we want this part around in kind of a C shape to have the glue on it, but we don't want it past the middle of this section. Okay, so we're going to, hope I got this right and we don't have to pull it apart. I'm going to put glue in this corner and even a little bit down the side, because we've got, this is where this is going to go, down the side like this, and then just a little bit over this way and a little bit over this way. Remember, with your glue, we don't want to go further than that, so we're probably good with that. Let's leave it like that for now. Less is more with your liquid glue, my friends. Okay, now I'm just going to hold this closed, and then I'm shutting my card like this. Okay? That's important. And then what's going to happen is this. Like so. Okay? Now, I'm just going to... Now, this happened on my other card, too. When I... Whoops. Okay. Let your glue dry. Better idea. Now when I opened it, it pulls a little bit this way. So what I did is I just went ahead and pressed it. It's going to actually make this little border here just a teensy bit wider. But I like the way I wanted it to open flat. Now you don't really have to have it open flat, but I wanted mine to open flat. Okay, so this is what we have so far. All right, let's keep going on our next step. Now, I'm going to go ahead and put my, I've already done this one. This is a strawberry slush circle, same die that we used for this opening. Now, here's the critical part, you guys. So for this, we need the glue to go here. Okay, so that's the way the mechanism works. So can you see this one? See, that's where the glue is there. Well, it's hard to see there, but this is where we want the glue. So I'm going to leave my card like this. And then I'm going to just put my adhesive. Again, I do think liquid glue is your best bet for this, but you use whatever you're comfortable with. You need a strong glue for this, so you can use Terran tape, you can use Stampin' Seal Plus, and now I'm just going to insert my circle in our little cutout that we've already done. Make sure it opens okay. See how that's going to work? Like that. Now, it's still wet. So, yay, I did it right. I did it. I just thought, sometimes on Facebook Live, I'm thinking about so many things. I do something that isn't quite right, and then we have to take it apart. Of course, we're not done yet. We might end up having to do something else as well. So, I'm going to set this. Actually, I'm going to take a glass block. And I'm just going to set this to the side, so that's going to glue shut. Alrighty, now we've got a couple other things we need. We need a greeting on this, and I'm just going to stamp. I did already die cut this, obviously. I'm going to go ahead and use, on my original card, I didn't use this die, but then later this morning when I was getting everything finished up, I realized, oh, that would fit that greeting. So I got I die cut it for our card today that we're making together. And we're going to do a happy birthday. Oops, got a lot of glue on that. There we go, perfect. Then, what else do we have to stamp? Oh, we need to stamp our jar. So, okay, let me show, okay. Sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself. Let me set this aside. I want to show you how to line up your jar and lid so that you don't have to stamp two different things. You can stamp all the same thing. So this is how I did this. I'm going to grab a piece of scrap paper. Let me find one that's just a little bit smaller than that. Let's use this one, not waste paper. So this is what I did. I took the punch. You can do this with any stamp that's a builder punch that has 2 or more items in it. And all I did was I punched out my punch. Then I lined up. I'm not going to take my stamps out because I've already got them lined up really well. So I don't want to rearrange them. But then I just set my stamps in here in those grooves. And then pretend the glass block isn't here. So I set my stamps in there just like that. So it was perfect. And then I stuck my glass block on top. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. Okay, now we are going to stamp in Night of Navy. And I do have everything lined up on my my stamp block. I usually pull out my scrap paper. I don't know why I didn't do that. Lots going on. This is scrap paper, so we'll go with this one. Alrighty, so I'm going to just tap, 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 making sure it goes all the way around to the edges. Let's go ahead and stamp like so. And then we will take our punch again, and if we did this right, oh, you know what, let's finish our stamping on this and then we'll punch it out. So I'm going to grab, I'm going to put this away for a moment. I'm going to go back to our strawberry slush. If you are making comments, I hope you're commenting and chit-chatting. I just can't look up and see them right now. Well, I can look up and see them, but I have to click an icon on my screen to bring them all up, and so it kind of slows down the process of the card. But I will check them, and even if you're watching replay, I always come back and see my comments and say hello to you back. Alrighty, let's go ahead. This is the group of hearts that fit. Oh, no. We want a different one. Now, this stamp, so I didn't really know this when I first got this stamp, but this fits all these. The cookies, I'm calling these cookies. They might be candy. It fits the shamrocks. It fits the hearts. It fits all of these shapes. So you can use it to kind of make a little bit of a background for all of your whatever you're putting in your jar. So I'm going to stamp this off because I want it to be pretty light. Just to make sure I'm in the screen. I'm going to come down here, follow the line of the jar, come right down to it and stamp. And then we have our little background for our hearts to show up. Now I'm going to grab, oops, we need this. Got too excited there. Let's go back to our hearts now. Even though we inked them once, we'll ink them again. And let's go ahead and follow our heart outline right here. And again, I'm kind of looking in the corner there to try and make sure I get those lined up. And look how cute it is. It's super cute. Okay. Just a jar full of hearts. A little jar full of love to send somebody. Now let's go ahead and punch this out. I'm going to come down here and see, since I lined that up, with my punch ahead of time, it's ready to just punch out both of them, which makes crafting pretty fast, especially if you have a lot of cards to make. So I think we're good with that. And we're going to pull back out our mat for some gluing, the more gluing. Okay, now for this, I went back and forth. Sometimes I did the jar, sometimes I did the lid. I think we'll do, it doesn't make that much difference, honestly. The trick again is just not to get too much glue. Okay? Can you see it? You can't see it very well, but there's not very much there. And then a lot of times I like to use, for a tiny piece like this, I like to use my take your pick tool to help pick it up, so I don't get glue on my hand. And I did strategically put it towards the bottom of the lid so it doesn't get on my fingers on the knob. And then I'm going to lift it up and kind of position it a little better. Can you see that? I'm trying to line up the curve of the jar. So there, we've got that part. Now I have some other cute things to put. This, I'm afraid to kind of touch this for a moment because I don't want it to move. You know, you got to give liquid glue just a minute to set so it doesn't, you don't accidentally move it from where you want it. So this is our card. Let's go ahead. We've got the happy birthday done. Let's go ahead and put the ribbon on this. For this I used, well, where is it? Oh, here it is. I'm down to, I guess I better replace this while it's on sale. This is my Secret C in color ribbon, and I'm going to grab my tape runner, and I'm just going to make a strip of tape on the back. And we just want this to actually show just a little bit because there's not a lot of room at the bottom of our card. And I'm just going to zigzag it. And I like to see it from the front so I can kind of see where it's going. But I don't want to go down very low. So I'm not going very low. And then we'll come back in another zigzag. That's probably too tall. We have to have it be out of the way of the mechanism. So it's kind of a zigzag on the back. Take my ribbon scissors. It might still even be too wide, but I think it'll be okay. Then let's make sure it's not too tall before we put it down here. Oh, it's just right. Perfect. Okay, now we're going to grab some dimensionals. Speaking of dimensionals, we have a puppy, Teddy. He's over a year. But yesterday I couldn't find my mini dimensionals, and it was a fairly new pack. It wasn't the whole pack, but you know, a sheet. Fairly new sheet. I'm going to put one more here. And I think what happens sometimes, I'm sure this is what happens, my sleeves, I usually have a sleeve because I'm crafting downstairs and it can be a little bit cool down here. I think my sleeve must have knocked it off on the floor and I couldn't find it, And before too long, I found Teddy. He was in his bed and he had torn up all the mini dimensionals. They're mini, so he's got mini dimensionals all over his paws, his face. He was a hot mess. You know, I just don't, he's so quiet. I never really catch him. Okay, anyway, so that was one thing we had to clean up yesterday. I'm going to take my Secret C circle, the one that's just one size smaller than our strawberry slush circle. Put that in there like so. I'm putting that flat. So far this is what we've got. And then we're going to do some fun things to our little jar. So let me pop this up first with regular dimensionals. All I kept thinking is, oh, it couldn't have been regular dimensionals. It had to be mini dimensionals, and they are just everywhere. And of course they were sticking to the floor, to him, to his bed. You know the way things go like that. Okay, let's go ahead and put our jar here. And then, you guys, so this might be some things that you haven't been thinking about with the in color sale. So things like this. There's a strawberry slush in this pack your bags twine 3-pack, and the paper too, the DSP. I didn't bring the DSP over here, but this coordinates with that paper. But since it has strawberry slush in it, it's also on sale. And I think this landed on the last chance list. So I'm going to go ahead and tie a bow with this twine. It's really nice twine too. It isn't too thin, and it ties pretty easy. Lays flat pretty well. Let's go ahead and take that. Maybe a teensy bit smaller, because we're putting it on that little tiny knob, right below that little tiny knob on our little craft, our little jar. Grabbing my dimensionals, and I'm just going to stick this right on my dimensional, or I mean my mini glue dot, not dimensionals, mini glue dot, and then I'm going to squeeze to make it skinnier to take it off, and then I'm just going to put it right on the knob of our card right there. Cute? Now that we're not done, we got 2 more things we're going to do and make this super cute. But again, you could just do this much, and if you don't have a lot of supplies, you don't need a lot of supplies to make this card. You do need a die cutting machine, and you need some circle dies. But other than that, you can use anything that you have. And if you don't have a die cutting machine, I would suggest that you get one, because you will never regret getting one. Okay, now let's see what's our next step. And circle dies, sorry, I'm probably getting my head in here. Circle dies are a basic for crafting, so both of those investments will go far in your crafting project. So this foil paper, I think it's called flower, I'll get it out here. Flower foils, that's not it, but let me grab it and I can show you. It comes in 3 colors and 3 different prints. So it is, I don't know if you can see this very well. It has, oh, you can. So you can see the flowers. So 2 of them have flowers, and then, so it comes in pretty in pink, strawberry slush, and then cloud cover as well. So here's the other pattern that it comes in, kind of a, trying to get it to not glare, geometric. And then here's the cloud cover in silver. But we're using the strawberry slush on our card because, oh, and I just lost one of my little hearts in there somewhere. Well, let's punch another one. Now for the punch, I'm using, this is called the Bee Builder punch, but it has a larger heart and then this little heart. Well, come on. It's not that hard to punch it. I just had it at a weird angle. I was trying to get the larger heart to fit on it too, but it actually just looked like it was overkill. So I thought, well, we'll just go with these 2 cute little hearts. Now I'm going to grab mini glue dots. Notice my new sheet of mini glue dots. Not mini glue dots. Gosh, words, Joey. Mini dimensionals, and I'm going to put these right on the top of these bigger hearts. I tried them other places and I felt like it just got kind of busy, so I put them right on the big hearts, and I like the way that looked, like so. There we go. Okay, cute. Now I don't know if you can see the dimension on it, but it's cute in person because you can see all the, you know, the interest on the foil. Well, did I tell you what those were called? Hang on, let me give that to you. Flower garden foils. I was close. Flower garden foils. This will be on the PDF that goes out to my newsletter people on Sunday. And then the number is 165511. Can't see that. Okay. Just so you know. But again, these are all the things that are in the in color sale. And look what else, these gems. There's actually even a lot of gems that are on sale too, because this has strawberry slush, pretty in pink, and then it's kind of white gold. I don't know if you can see that very well, but we are going to use the strawberry slush ones because we're doing strawberry slush today, and they have little gold specks in them. Now these guys, I'm going to put these kind of on this outside part of my designer paper. And I like groups of 3. Groups of 3 or 5. Either one. Put this, we could put this right on that flower right there. And are we done? I think we're done, everybody. So let me show you. And I will come back to your comments, so don't go away. If you've got a question, I'll be right there. So this is where I only use just a strip. You could do that too, but in that same set of dies as this die. So I kind of like it with the die, cutting the greeting. And then we have our opening that opens like this. So cute. You can make this, you guys. This is not hard. You can do it. And again, from the top. Okay, and the PDF will have pictures of all different angles of this, so you can have that in the PDF and the dimensions of that. Okay, what do you think? Would you make this card? Let me know in the comments if you think you would try this card. I would love to know. Now I'm going to check my comments and see what we've got going here. Here are the comments. I like the card. Oh, thank you. Georgia likes it. Kelly likes it, and she likes the paper. Hi, Julie. Neat fold. I've never done this one. I'll have to try. Yeah, Julie, I know. I did it a long time ago. I can't even remember when. And then I thought, oh, it'd be perfect for this card. Funny story with Teddy. Dimensionals love to travel. Yeah, they so do love to travel. Jamie, too funny about Teddy. I get it with puppies. She's 5 months old. Oh, you have a puppy 5 months old. Oh, yeah, they keep you on your toes for sure. Okay, let me bring you back up here. Going to bring it up to my face. So thanks so much for being here with me today. I really appreciate your time. And I would love it if you like the video to subscribe to my channel, or if you're watching on Facebook to like my page and follow my page. I'm here to help you, so just let me know if there's something you want to see on a video or a Facebook. Just let me know. I'm just here to share, and I enjoy that. I enjoy being friends with you and just sharing this fun hobby together. Alrighty, if you have questions about anything today, just let me know. You can put it in the comments, or you can message me either way. I'm looking over on I have to look over here to see finish video. Bye-bye.